Hey there guys, welcome to this tutorial, and in the previous two tutorials we're pretty much reviewing and unlinking, cutting things to new layers, and it was basically a review like cutting things from new layers and unlinking the global light and stuff when it comes to effects and overall how to do with effects and stuff, how to make your image look nice like we did right here. I don't know what this is, but anyways, by this time you should I I realize that you should probably know how to export your image and give you some tips about what types of formats to export it to, and tips and tricks in Photoshop overall. So this should really help you with doing your stuff, images, exporting it online to the right format, so it won't load slow on your website or decrease your SEO or stuff like that, or just get it to the right resolution, stuff like that. So right here, what I'm going to be showing you is what we have right here. Is if you go down here and keep clicking on it, hold the click down, it will tell you your width of your image in inches, pixels, your height in inches and pixels, the channels, bits of your color, 16 bits as you can see here, 3 channel, red, green, and blue, and then for our resolution is how many pixels per square inch. Obviously that would differ, I think, from computer to computer, but this is how Photoshop displays it. That's how much your image is using of memory. All right, and we're gonna go to export your images. As you know, I already taught you this before, but now I'm gonna go more in depth. So you're gonna go ahead and save as, and we did it as a PSD before. A PSD is pretty much saving an image as a PSD is pretty much brainless. You go to your file name. It's tutorial 2. We're gonna call it tutorial 2, and let's save it as a PSD actually for now, so we can edit it later. And maximize compatibility. Let's check that. Go OK. File and save as again. We want to export it to something. Let's say we want to export it to a high quality image. All right. We will if you want to do that, I would recommend exporting it to a PNG. Alright, so it's going to be tutorial2.png. Let's save that, and compression. PNGs can be big and small, and the quality won't differ that much, in fact. So if you want to have no compression, saving it is going to be real quick. Opening it is going to be real quick. But it's going to take long to download or upload. It's going to use that space and bandwidth. I would recommend going with smallest, slow, and don't choose inner length. Just forget that right now. Just go none. You're gonna have the best compatibility with this, and just click OK. Now that's simple as that. We already have it saved as a PNG. But remember when I was telling you that we will lose some special features if you export it to a PNG? Those special features are the effects that are saved and the layers that are saved. So if you open it into a PSD, what you're going to see is actually it's all going to be one layer, and the effects are there, but you can't really see that you have enabled that effect. You can only add on to it. So that's the bad part. You're going to be losing that if you export into anything other than a PSD. That's what sucks about all these other formats. What's good about them is that they're compatible. Let's say someone doesn't have Photoshop, like your friend, and you're Skyping with them. You're sending him a picture. If he opens that picture and it's a PSD, or pretty much anything other than PNG, a TIFF, portable BIM, I don't know, but a JPEG. These are really compatible. Out PNG the most, and JPEG. These are really worldwide accepted images, so they have the codecs on their computer to open this already. If you send them a PSD and they don't have Photoshop, it's not going to accept it. If you're trying to upload something to Imgur, whatever you call it, or any other image hosting site, they're not going to accept PSDs, or they're only going to accept PNGs, JPGs, all these images formats. So that's the downsides of a PSD. However, with the PSD, you can obviously at any time open it with Photoshop, export it to PNG, and then upload it to whatever you want. Now there's also JPEG, which is the JPG. And this one is great if you have a website. I would totally go with the JPEG, because what they do is it's great for your SEO, which it makes your website get more popular, kind of. It won't really have that much of an effect, but your website will load way much faster because it uses way less memory to load and bandwidth, so it will take the guy less time to download it, that web page with the JPGs on it, and therefore, it's way faster overall for him to view your website. And to save it, you simply, once again, just go JPG, JPEG right here. Don't choose the 2000; theirs are old, and the stereo, just don't use that. Just use this one with the JPG, JPEG, and JPE. And these are the most widely common used ones, as long as the PNG, as well as that as the PNG, and then just click save. And now this one's a little more complicated. Now they have different ways. Now you can only preview how much it's going to use if it's 8 bits. Now we have 16, but if you reduce the quality, it's going to reduce the size it takes up on the disk space. But if you reduce the quality, it's also going to show up as squares, and like it's going to be defragmented, kind of fragmented, my bad. And then if you choose low quality, it's counted as 3. Maximums 10, but you can even go above and beyond as 12, which will be around the same size as PNG. Now if you go to like 6, it could be as low as half a PNG or a quarter of a PNG's size, which is a big difference for web developers and people on the web. Progressive scans, it kind of like scans it, and it also deals with compression, so kind of like that. So if I scan it 5 times, it's going to be kind of a little, give it more quality, and for the space I have. So that's the good part about it. And yeah, so if I increase the scans, and for that, the disk space is probably gonna go down more, and the quality is gonna be pretty good. So that's that. And baseline standard is, I would go with baseline standard. Just don't even do the scan thing. I don't know why I even mentioned that. So for quality, I would do 8 or 9. I would say 9, and then for baseline standard, and just save it. And then now you have a JPEG, you have a PNG, and a PSD. And again, with the JPEG, you will not be able to see the individual layers and the individual effects. You will see these all ready to go, and you can't really edit it. Obviously, if you use your tools, you can do it, but it's going to take real time, a lot longer. So always save it as a PSD first, so you can edit it furthermore in Photoshop if you ever need to. And it's your work, so you always want to have that PSD. So thanks for watching this tutorial, guys. I'll see what we'll be teaching in the further on tutorials. I want to go more in depth now into Photoshop, now that you probably know a lot and you're getting closer to what I know myself. Thank you for watching, and please stay watching.